Thank you so much for joining us for the 2025 Cookie Program. This is the Troop Volunteer Training. In this training, we will cover all of the troop specifics that go with the Cookie Program. We will host a separate training on the digital cookie and smart cookie systems, but we will briefly touch on some of those items here in the training as well. So thank you again for taking time to attend this evening's training, and let's get started. First thing I want to mention to our volunteers is the Cookie Rally. That is coming up on January 11th at the Interstate Center in Bloomington, Illinois. It will be a day full of pandemonium for you and your Girl Scouts as they prepare for the Cookie program. For more information, please visit our website and register soon. This year's theme is Embrace Possibility. This theme may look familiar to you from the 2024 Fall Product Program. I like that both the baker and fall product vendors are sharing a theme for each of the years. The mascots are different. For the Fall Product Program, our mascot was the Asian elephant. And for the 2025 Cookie Program, we will have this very cute panda that you see on your screen. The 2025 Cookie Program will begin officially on February 7th. That is the day that cookies are live and in public for Girl Scouts to sell to customers. March 23rd is not a hard and fast end date. That is more of a date to signify to our volunteers that will be the time that our council will cease bringing any cookies into the council and adding to our inventory. We will still be open for walk-in orders, swaps, other cookie business, but we won't be bringing in any additional cookies after that March 23rd date. Before we take a look at 2025, it is helpful to take a look at the prior year's new and noteworthy items. The first was the pause of the online-only Raspberry Rally variety. So that was no longer offered to customers online only. I think we all breathed a sigh of relief when that pause was announced. We also saw an increase in the cookie price that our council offered to customers. It went from $5 a box to $6 a box. With that increase, however, we did see an increase in troop profit as well. So troop profit grew to 65 cents per box or 90 cents a box for opt-out troops. If an opt-out troop doesn't sound familiar to you, don't worry. We will cover what an opt-out troop means in just a few minutes. We also introduced the GSUSA digital cookie system for troops and Girl Scouts. What that meant for us was that our council was now using will continue to use two cookie systems. So we will use smart cookies as well as digital cookie, and we'll take a look a little later in the training at what each of those systems offer to our volunteers. What's new for 2025? First of all, there is a Universal Studios trip that's been added to the 3,000 plus box level prize. So Girl Scouts now have a choice between a trip to Disney World, a MacBook Pro laptop, or a trip to Universal Studios. This is the last season for the Toast Yay variety. So if you are a fan of that cinnamon kind of French toast inspired cookie, you'll definitely want to stock up this year. Additionally, our sister baker is retiring their s'mores variety officially this year. If you are a fan of that variety, you may want to pick up some yourself. What is being done is these two varieties are being retired from each of our bakers so that a new variety will be brought into the mix for next year, the 2026 cookie program. We don't know what that variety will be yet, but it will be a variety that is shared between both of the bakers in the country. GSUSA is going to offer us an improved digital cookie experience. And so we will take a deep dive into digital cookie during that digital cookie smart cookie training next week. But this is an improved experience for our volunteers. We also will talk about some troop bonus changes as we move in and talk about finances. So taking a look at the Troop Volunteer Cookie Basics for you, it's always nice to first introduce our cookies. We do sell America's Best Cookies or ABC cookies. We offer 5 core classics, and these are going to line up with what the other baker offers as their classics. The only thing that's different are the names. So, Caramel Delights, Peanut Butter Sandwich, Thin Mints, Peanut Butter Patties, and Trefoils are our 5 classics. You may hear customers ask you for a Samoa, they mean a Caramel Delight. A Do-si-do is a peanut butter sandwich, and a tag-along would be a peanut butter patty. Both Thin Mints and Trefoils share the name across both bakers. Additionally, our baker offers 4 crowd pleaser cookies, which includes the Adventureful, the Lemonade, which is a council favorite, as well as the Toastier and the caramel chocolate chip. You will notice that 5 of these 9 cookies do have a green asterisk above them. That asterisk I added to this image to signify our vegan varieties. So we are very proud to offer ABC Cookies, which offers quite a few selection of cookies for our vegan and other dietary restriction customers. Sometimes it's easy to forget that in the chaos of selling cookies and hosting cookie booths that girls are really learning 5 skills through this cookie program. Those 5 skills include goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. So through the participation in cookies, by setting their goal, deciding what they're going to do with maybe the cookie dough they earn or the troop profit your troop will earn, they learn money management skills by learning to make change and work with money, people skills by interacting with our customers at booths and in person, and business ethics, making sure that they are being fair to all the other Girl Scouts and maintaining good business practices. This is a brief look at the 2025 cookie timeline. I put this on your screen here for you to take a look at. All of these dates and more are in your Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide. If you haven't picked one of those up yet, those are available at your local service center. The one thing I do want to highlight is that hopefully by now you have received your Troops Smart Cookie and Digital Cookie registration emails. If you have not, please reach out to our customer care team and we'll be happy to get you set up in the system. I also want to note that December 16th is the date that girls will receive their digital cookie registration email. This is also the day that girl online sales may begin. So a girl can set up her site, work with her parent or guardian to approve that, and begin sending emails to customers on December 16th. If a customer orders for direct ship, that will ship out as soon as the order is processed. If the customer chooses girl delivery, they will receive a notification thanking them for their order and letting them know that their cookies will be available after February 7th. So if you have questions about digital cookie or the girl experience, please let me know. We will go through the different delivery options for digital cookie just a little bit later in the training. January 2nd, the initial order and the cookie booth scheduler will open. And so that is the time to place your order and begin looking at booth opportunities. We'll talk a little bit about each of those topics later in the training. January 11th is our cookie rally in Bloomington. January 13th is the date that the initial order is due by troops to the system, and that order is going to be submitted via Smart Cookie. Then February 7th through March 23rd is our direct sale and cookie booth time period. Rewards will open March 17th and will be due March 26th. And then rewards will be available for pickup on April 29th. So these dates and more, again, are in that Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide. I do recommend that your troop have at least one copy. It is also available on our website for you to download as a PDF. So that does bring us to the other essential cookie paperwork that I recommend all troops pick up. These are available either from your local service unit coordinator or your local service center. If you're not sure who your local service unit coordinator is, please feel free to reach out to your program staff or even our customer care team, and we'll be able to connect you with that volunteer. So this essential cookie paperwork includes the Troop Cookie envelope, the Troop Coordinator Agreement form, parent permission forms, Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide, coin envelopes, and receipt books. Right now, our order cards are not out at our locations. We like to limit the temptation of selling early with order cards, so we will distribute those at service unit initial order delivery. and or late January, early February, you can swing by your office if you didn't place an initial order. So those paperwork items are important, especially if you're going to have girls participating. You need to make sure they sign a parent permission form. So all that paperwork and more is also available at your local service center. The forms are available for download on our website as well. So if you just want to print your own and go from there, they're available for you to print as well. All of our cookie varieties are $6 a box. That does mean that you are able to come in and swap varieties at your local service center or cupboard. That does include the gluten-free variety. All of our cookies are $6 per package, so that means they can all be swapped out for one another. So for example, if you notice that your peanut butter sandwich cookies just aren't moving when you're at a booth or talking to customers, nobody wants those, you can come in and swap those out for a Thin Mint or an Adventureful or whatever might be selling better at your Troop cookie booths. Troop profit is 65 cents per box. Opt-out troops earn 90 cents per box. That is, the opt-out option is for junior troops and older. We will talk about opting out when we talk about rewards near the end of the training. This year, the troop bonus has changed a bit. It has grown to a $150 troop bonus. In order to receive that troop bonus, your troop does need to order a minimum of 1,000 boxes on the initial order while maintaining a 200 box per girl average. The second stipulation to get that troop bonus is to make sure that all of your payments are completed by April 8th, 2025, which is our final ACH date. Continuing looking at finances, checks, if there's a customer at your cookie booth or someone who wants to pay for cookies by check, they can make checks payable to Girl Scouts of Central Illinois or GSCI. We will, as a council, be taking 3 automatic withdrawals out of your troop's bank account. We will do that periodically. The first ACH will be on March 4th. That is 1/3 of your troop's initial order balance. If your troop did not place an initial order, there won't be a withdrawal on March 4th for you. This ACH, along with the other 2, are also less any digital cookie payments. So if your troop is participating in online sales, there is a chance that some of those sales will work to, if you have them, they will work to offset your balance. So as we get closer to this date, if you want to double check or see what your troop will owe, you can absolutely reach out to our council and we can help provide guidance on what your troop ACH will be. The second ACH will be on March 18th, and that is 1/3 of the end of February balance. The final ACH will be on April 8th, and that is where we will take the remainder of a troop's balance. The last day for NSF check, so if your troop takes a check from a customer and it is returned to your troop as insufficient funds or NSF, you can bring that into council and our finance team will work with you to offset any issues with that, as long as the checks are brought into the council by May 27th. The most important aspect of finances are receipts. You want to make sure that anytime product is being exchanged between you and a parent or guardian, as well as money being exchanged, that you are making and saving receipts. That, you can use the receipt book that we provide. You can use a piece of paper. Even screenshots or copies of emails or text messages will work as a receipt in a pinch. But we definitely want to make sure that anytime product or money is changing hands, that a receipt is being made. The receipts are especially important because if a Girl Scout or her adult ends up owing your troop money for cookies, you will need to complete an outstanding balance or OSB form on that Girl Scout. So even if the Girl Scout in question is your sister's daughter or your best friend's daughter, whatever the case may be, it is safest for you and your troop to complete an outstanding balance for that girl. What that does is you'll fill out that information and that removes collection responsibility from you as the volunteer and moves responsibility to the council. So that way, as the volunteer, you can continue to have a great positive relationship with that Girl Scout while we work with her and her adult to collect money from them. It's also important to submit this OSB form because it is due prior to that final ACH, because we will, as a council, adjust any of your outstanding balance totals away from what we're going to withdraw so that we are not overdrawing your account. So it is important to turn those in by April 3rd this next year to make sure that then we are able to adjust what we're taking from your Troop bank account and we're not overdrawing you. Along with that OSB form, we do need a copy of the signed parent permission form for that Girl Scout, along with any and all receipts that are associated with that girl. So again, that's why it is incredibly important for you to make sure that receipts are being exchanged whenever product, cookies, or money are being exchanged. Looking at program eligibility, Girl Scouts are eligible as long as they owe no money to our council and have completed and signed a parent permission form. Similarly, our troops are eligible as long as they have no outstanding balance to our council and as long as at least one of the adult members are registered, preferably the volunteer working with the girls and the cookies. But we do need to have our volunteers registered if they want to be able to use that digital cookie system. Taking a look at Smart Cookies, your volunteer email should arrive on December 9th. If you have not received that email yet, please reach out to our customer care team, your local program staff, your local membership staff, or myself, and we'd be happy to get you into the system. So again, I alluded to the fact that last year we moved to the Smart Cookies and digital cookie system. So we are using two systems. Smart Cookie really is going to be the primary site that you'll be using as a troop volunteer. Smart Cookies is going to be used for anything related to cookie inventory management. So everything from placing your troop's initial order or using any planned orders during the program, assigning or transferring cookies to girls, scheduling cookie booths, and submitting your troop reward order are all still done in Smart Cookie. Really, the only thing that has moved over to digital cookie are the virtual booths, where if a troop wants to offer an online link for customers to shop prior to their booth, and then those customers can swing by that booth location to pick up their order, that feature has moved to digital cookie. Otherwise, our volunteers will be using Smart Cookie. So digital cookie will also be used to help support your Girl Scouts and their adults, including their rewards, their orders, things like that. I do want to reiterate that any volunteer who wants access to digital cookie will need to be a registered volunteer. Digital cookie talks to our data management system and does require a GSUSA ID number. So that does mean that the volunteer who's using digital cookie does need to be registered. We have a helpful handout online that shows you the difference between which system you'll use. So if I'm placing an initial order, do I use Smart Cookie or digital cookie? That information is shared with you on that helpful handout on our website. So looking at the troop's initial order, that is going to be placed via Smart Cookies, and that order is due by 11 p.m. Central Time on January 13th. So as we're planning our initial order, typically troops have two concerns. First is how many cookies should they order and will they order too many cookies? So in order to help our volunteers make that determination, our recommendation is that troops order up to, but no more than 75% of either last year's total sales or last year's per girl average, while not exceeding 200 boxes per girl. So this recommendation is nice because it brings in quite a bit of inventory, but not 100% of what you sold last year. That is kind of a gamble to bring in 100% of what you sold last year. But this gives you a safe amount to get started and have cookie booths and things. And then you can utilize our weekly planned orders to fulfill the rest of the inventory that you may need. If you're a new troop, don't worry. We do have recommendations for you as well. We'll talk about that on this slide. But again, that 75% recommendation is great because having cookies on hand means that customers are happy. They have cookies when they want them. Girls are able to sell more, which means that troops can also earn more troop profit. So our council does have two different spreadsheets on our website. The first is for existing troops, so that is based on last year's total sales or last year's per girl average. If you're a new troop, we use the number of girls that are planning to sell in your troop, multiply that by the program levels per girl average, and that helps give you an estimate of what your troop would need to order on an initial order. We also have a guide within the Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide that will help you estimate your initial order by hand, but it is my recommendation that you let the spreadsheets do the work for you and download those from our website. The initial order is very important because if you want to have cookies guaranteed those first couple weeks of the program, you definitely want to place an initial order, even if it's just a case of everything or it's 25% of what you sold last year. You don't have to order that 75%, but we want to make sure that you're aware that, local cupboards will have inventory, but we really want to make sure that if you're planning on having a large order that you go ahead and place that initial order. So the only way to guarantee that your troop will get the cookies that you need is to place that initial order and or follow that up with our council planned orders. So inventory management is going to be key when it comes to cookies. The goal of the cookie program for our troops is to have all of their cookies sold by March 23rd, and our council goal is to have all of our cookies sold by March 23rd. So managing troop cookie inventory to zero does take good management practices, and if it's your first year, we have some guidance here on this next slide. The first guidance piece is to order only on commitments from parents. So if you send out a text message early in the week and say, I'm placing an order later this week, let me know by Friday what you want, and you don't hear from Abby about her cookies, do not order cookies for Abby. When troops don't order without parents' commitments, then sometimes they're stuck with extra inventory, and that can make things a challenge. Another key piece is, again, to always make sure that an adult is signing the receipt before taking possession of any cookies. Our council does not allow troops to return cookies to us, so it's a good idea to make sure that you're not allowing parents to return cookies to you. You as the troop volunteer in charge of cookies are helping to kind of safeguard parents as they're placing an order. But if they order too much, they aren't able to return any cookies to you because as a troop, you are not able to return any cookies to us. It is a good idea to allow demand to dictate your troops' orders. Customer demand is the greatest the first 2 weeks of the program, and it will drop in weeks 3 through 6. 75% of all of our inventory and planned orders occur on weeks 1 and 2. The last 25% is stretched out between weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that does show you that demand really does drop after about week 3. It's also a good idea to stay current with your troops' cookie inventory. That is the primary tool or use of Smart Cookie is for managing your troops' cookie inventory. However, if your troop is swapping cookies at a cupboard, we are not able to record that swap. So that does make inventory a bit of a challenge because then your varieties may not match. So if you want to make sure that your varieties match down to the package, you may want to also keep a separate spreadsheet or Google Doc or something to keep track of those because we cannot record swaps in a troop's cookie inventory. Finally, as a troop, you can place planned orders throughout the cookie program, and that is an opportunity for you to place an order for any other cookies that you may need for cookie booths or filling in-person orders or anything like that. Girls will receive their digital cookie email on December 16th. While this is the troop volunteer training, I wanted to touch on a few key pieces of the girls' digital cookie experience, just so that you are aware of what your Girl Scouts are experiencing. So Girl Scouts and their adults will no longer have access to Smart Cookie. They will use Digital Cookie to run their online cookie storefront. And the Digital Cookie website is digitalcookie.girlscouts.org. I will be hosting a girl and parent guardian training virtually on Thursday, December 19th. We will have a link to that in our website. We'll also send that out in the Troop newsletter so that you can share that with your parents. But I will go through the Troop or the Council Cookie program with the girls and parents and show them around Digital Cookie. So our customers who shop online do have three different options when it comes to getting their cookies. The first is a shipped order. So those cookies are paid for online and then directly delivered to a customer's home via FedEx. There are shipping rates that do apply, which we'll take a look at in the next few slides. I do want to note that there are shipping rates and it is a minimum of a 4-package order for a shipped order. In-person delivery is what used to be known as girl delivery, and that is when the order is paid for online, but then the customer wants the Girl Scout to deliver the cookies to them. This is a great option for our local friends and family to see their Girl Scout and get their cookies. The final option is to donate cookies, and those are donated to the military via our gift of caring program called Operation Cookie Share. But Digital Cookie is great, especially for our families who really want to prefer contactless. All options are paid via credit card, and there is no physical money to collect. Here are the shipping fees for the 2025 cookie program. While these are expensive, I do hear that. I am proud to say that there are no shipping fee changes in 2025. So GSUSA worked hard with FedEx to make sure that there were no shipping fees no new shipping fees for our customers. I also like the fact that we can ship to our friends in Hawaii or Alaska or Guam for a $5 surcharge. A lot of programs we can't offer our customers delivery, so it is nice to be able to send cookies to our friends there. For in-person delivery, I just wanted to note that this is, again, good for our ideal friends and family. Our parents will receive an email from Digital Cookie to approve or decline the order, and they do need to make sure that they are approving or declining that within 5 days. If no action is taken via 5 days, then the order will be canceled. This one or second bullet here that says can only be approved via email. That is actually incorrect. That is the one good piece about Digital Cookie is that parents can either approve that in-person order from the email or from their Digital Cookie app. So that is great. They don't have to just rely on that email. If the order is not approved or declined, then the customer is asked while they're shopping, if your order is not approved, do you want to donate it or cancel it? So based on their decision, if that order isn't managed by the parent, then it will either be donated or it will be canceled. And then once approved, then the Girl Scout can deliver those cookies. There is no minimum order for in-person delivery online orders. There is, though, a minimum order for any shipped orders. So depending on how your troop decides to manage your inventory, you're going to assign cookies to girls in one of two ways. You're either going to choose to pre-assign a certain amount. So let's, for example, say 20 boxes per girl. Go ahead and make those transfers, and then they use those 20 to fill what they need and come back to you when they need more. Other troops want to assign cookies on an order by order basis. So basically, once Abby comes to me and says she needs 5 boxes, I give her those 5, I transfer 5 to her in the Smart Cookie system, and then I wait until Abby comes and gets more cookies to make any transfers to her. So once a girl or her adult marks the order as complete, then the order is sent to the Smart Cookie system as confirmed. And as the troop volunteer, you can view those orders either in Smart Cookie via the Order tab or on the Digital Cookie platform as well. So once we placed our troop initial order, then we wait a couple of weeks and then delivery begins January 31st and will run through February 6th this year. Your local service unit coordinator will communicate when and where your troop's initial order will be located. Date range for that, again, will be January 31st through February 6th. Most of our areas are going to be either January 31st or February 3rd through the 6th. There are a couple locations that are going to be doing delivery on Saturday, February 1st. So for a successful delivery, we recommend that you bring a vehicle large enough for all of your cookies. Our service unit delivery sites do require that a troop picks up all of their cookies at one time. They're not able to pick up a portion, go home, unload those, come back, and order more. So we do recommend that you bring a large enough vehicle, which there is a guide for that, both on the Troop Cookie envelope or in the Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide. When in doubt, it also doesn't hurt to bring multiple vehicles just in case. I mean, we've seen U-Hauls, horse trailers, trucks, all kinds of things come to pick up orders. We just want to make sure that your troop can pick up all of your order at one time. If you haven't already, this is also where you will sign and submit the troop coordinator agreement at the delivery site. We will also have order cards for pickup as well as any other cookie paperwork, envelopes, receipt books. And so then our service center cupboards will be open. So we will be getting our cookie delivery on Thursday, January 30th. And so we will be open after that on Friday, the 31st, for any walk-in orders that may need to happen. So those are our service centers in Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria, and Springfield. Our troops in Champaign and Quincy will run out of their local warehouses, which we'll take a look at here in just a few slides. Once we've picked up our cookies, we are ready for the direct sale, which kicks off, and cookies are able to be out and about in the public starting February 7th. So as we go through the cookie program, you can utilize our planned orders to get additional troop inventory needs. What is nice is that order does not need to be placed by case. You can order by the package. We do offer 6 total planned orders. You can pick and choose which orders you use. You're not obligated to use all of them. The first planned order is due Sunday, February 9th by 8 p.m., and the last planned order will be due March 16th by 8 p.m. As you're placing your planned order, you do want to make sure you're picking the location, excuse me, you're picking the location that you want to pick up your cookies. Some locations will offer express or full service cupboards. We'll take a look at the difference between those coming up, but you do want to make sure that you are paying attention to where those cookies are going to be arriving to. Your troop will use Smart Cookies to place your troops' planned orders during the program. So our full service cupboards are again out of our service centers in Bloomington, Decatur, Peoria, and Springfield. Those will be open February 3rd through March 26th for walk-in orders, swaps. We will take walk-in orders, so that means you could come in and say, I need a case of this, 5 of these, 4 of those, and you walk out the door with those. We will enter those in as a transfer to your troop in Smart Cookie. I do encourage you, whether you're going to do a walk-in or a swap or trade, that you do call ahead. It always breaks my heart to see volunteers who have driven quite a distance to come to these cupboards and we may not have the variety they're looking for. So if you are coming from a distance, it is a good idea to call ahead and just see if those varieties are still available for you. We are going to offer some extended cookie hours at our local or our full service cupboards. So Fridays, February 14th, 21st, and 28th, we will be open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturday, March 1st, we will be open 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. In Champaign, our full service cupboard is out of the Hutchcraft warehouse in Urbana. Typically, our hours of service are going to be Wednesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Fridays, February 14th, 21st, and 28th, the cupboard will be open 9:30 to 4. Then Fridays in March, we will open, maintained with our regular schedule from 9:30 to noon. It is a good idea, if you are in doubt, to contact your local staff, so Kelsey Parker or Ashley Shepard, to get your hours of operation. In Quincy, the full service cupboard is at the Quincy Storage Warehouse in Quincy. The hours there are going to be Wednesdays 1 to 5 p.m., Thursdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Fridays, February 14th, 21st, and 28th will be open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then March 7th, 14th, and 21st will be open 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Again, if you have questions about if that cupboard is open, go ahead and feel free to reach out to Patria Maroya, Jill Butterfield, or Cindy Vilsick for the Quincy area. Both of these locations do function as full service, which means that that is where troop planned orders will be picked up. Troops can come in for walk-in orders. They also can visit these cupboards for swaps. Unfortunately, because these are operated out of warehouses, we are not able to offer extended hours beyond what you see on the screen, especially like on Saturdays. So our express cupboards are maintained by volunteers. Typically, those cookies are going to arrive on Friday. There is one Quincy cupboard that will pick up on Thursdays, but the volunteers that run those cupboards will reach out to you to let you know when and where those will be able to be picked up. Once those orders are all picked up, the cupboard is closed. These express cupboards don't have extra cookies for walk-ins or swaps. Those kinds of business will need to be taken care of at those full service cupboards. So our express cupboards are going to be open anywhere from just the first week to the first 3 weeks of our 6 planned order weeks. Weeks 4, 5, and 6, all troops will pick up at your local full service cupboard. So what you can expect with planned orders is that we are going to order on an as needed basis. So due to a change in ABC's delivery standard, our planned order will look different because the delivery of that could take up to 10 business days. But what you can expect is that if you as a volunteer place an order on Sunday evening, you would be able to pick it up later that following week. But potentially, if there are inventory issues, it could be into that second following week. So that is why placing planned orders is going to be so important this year. As part of the direct sale, cookie booths are an activity that our friends can use. So cookie booths are a great way to show off your troops' goals. These are going to be in high traffic, high visibility areas. This is also a great way for your troop to share goals about Operation Cookie Share. So as a council, we do work with several locations to secure our own booth sites, but you're also welcome to find your own locations as well. So troop booths can begin on February 7th. GSUSA has a contract with Walmart and Sam's Club. They are still working with GNC stores. We will also do our best to work in each of your regions to secure council-sponsored booth sites so that you have plenty of opportunity for cookie booths in and around your communities. So with Walmart, we are allowed to offer, and this does include Sam's Club this year, so we can request up to 4 weekends plus 2 extra days. So I am still working with Walmart to determine those available weekends for each of our stores, but we will get those uploaded and added to the Smart Cookie booth scheduler as soon as they are approved. But booths that are not within that window of time at Walmart or Sam's will not be allowed to be hosted. And so you're going to go into the Smart Cookie booth scheduler to reserve a Walmart or Sam's Club booth. So the Smart Cookie booth scheduler will be where any location that our council secures for troops will be available. Online reservations will open at 9 a.m. on Thursday, January 2nd. So January 2nd through the 5th is a first come, first serve reservation period. Each troop is allowed 2 booths, so they will be able to sign up for 1 premium, which means 1 Walmart or Sam's Club booth, as well as 1 non-premium booth. Then beginning January 6th, open reservation will begin, and troops can go back in to sign up for as many additional booths as they desire. So we will continue as locations reach out to us, we will continue to add those throughout the season. And again, you are not limited to any council secured booth locations. Troops can secure their own, but we do recommend that if you secure your own location, that you do enter them into Smart Cookie so that they can be included on the National Cookie Locator. So this is a device where when people Google where to find Girl Scout cookies, they are guided to this cookie locator. They type in their zip code and they see an area where all of the cookie booths are being hosted in their region. So we do have steps in the Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide for how to enter custom booth locations. I also will cover that in the Smart Cookies Digital Cookie Tech Training later on in this month. So this is what the National Cookie Locator link looks like. Customers will type in their zip code and then it will populate a list of troops, where they're at, and Google Map locations for them. We had about 20,000 hits on this system last year in our council alone. So people and our customers are definitely using that, and we want to make sure that we are using that. It's free marketing, so it's a great tool for us to use. Another reason to use that booth scheduler and to add your own booths is because we will be doing a secret shopper program this year again. We debuted this last year and it was a hit. So we will have secret shoppers working for our council who will randomly visit cookie booths around the area. And these are going to be very rare, so that's what makes it kind of fun and special. Not every booth will be able to be visited, but in order to improve your chances, make sure that you put everything in Smart Cookie so that we know where to find you when we use the cookie locator. So as a council, we have 150 patches that will be handed out to girls who are showing booth etiquette and are able to share their cookie goals and knowledge. So this is a really fun way to keep girls on their toes and to have fun and to maybe get a fun extra patch. Again, cookie booths are a great way to get Operation Cookie Share donations. A troop does earn $1 for every box donated via Operation Cookie Share. The original 65 cents will appear automatically, but the remaining 35 cents to round out that dollar will be added manually at the end of the sale. So then those are stored in a virtual warehouse, and at the end of the program, I deliver the physical cookies to veterans' homes, Blue Star mom groups, National Guard, first responders, and several different Army base locations as well. As a volunteer, you may need to enter Operation Cookie Share donations, but that does depend on how those donations are garnered. So if a donation is made in person, so if a Girl Scout's going door to door and someone makes a donation, or through in-person delivery, you as the volunteer will need to enter those into Smart Cookies. The Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide, page 37, has instructions for that. While you're at a booth, any donations made there will be entered via the booth divider in Smart Cookies. If you didn't enter your booth into Smart Cookies, you won't be able to use the booth divider. So in that case, you would revert to step 1 there, where you would enter those as an in-person donation. Finally, if donations are made via a shipped only order, those will automatically transfer over to the girl, so you as the volunteer have no work for any of those donations that are made via a shipped order. To close out the program, we then have patches and recognitions. Girl Scouts can earn recognitions and patches in 3 different ways: by their total boxes sold, by their shipped only sales, and by their Operation Cookie Share donations. So girls can choose to participate in any or all of the categories to earn rewards. What's great about the cookie program is that it's really a mix and match. Girls can pick and choose how they want to participate. So we've referred to the opt-out option several times throughout the training. This is an option for our troops who are juniors or older to opt out of rewards. So that does mean all of the physical items, the cups or the plush, including cookie dough and travel dough, as well as free memberships. So troops opt out of those rewards to get an extra 90 cents per box, which is, or not to get 90 cents per box, which is an extra 25 cents per box. This option does apply to the entire troop, so it's not something that can be a girl-by-girl decision, and you're going to opt out via the Troop Information tab by January 13th. That just helps me to be able to forecast our rewards a bit. I do want to note that if you are a multi-level troop and you have at least one junior, you are able to take advantage of the opt-out option. However, this year, the free membership we'll take a look at is quite a bargain, and so you may not want to choose opt-out so that these girls can earn their free memberships this year. So the recognition order is the final phase of the cookie program. We do need to make sure that that reward order is submitted in Smart Cookie, or else the order won't go through and girls won't receive the rewards they earned. So if you miss the deadline, don't worry. We do have a late spreadsheet for that, but there will be a delay in getting those. So as you continue to make transfers to girls, as girls continue their online sales, you'll want to make sure that you're keeping up with their recognition choices. And Smart Cookie will be where the troop will go to place your reward order. If we have to go in and make any choices, I will be choosing cookie dough instead of the item or travel dough. Troop Rewards orders are due March 26th. If your order is placed after that, there will be a delay. Then rewards will be available for pickup on April 29th. And I do just want to remind our volunteers that rewards are cumulative. This does exclude the 1,800 box level if a girl earns that Disney or Universal Studios trip or the laptop. So for example, a girl could earn up to $55 in cookie dough for 500 boxes sold, depending on her reward choices that she makes. So cookie dough accumulates, travel dough accumulates. The girl can earn several cool rewards through participation. So Cookie Dough is an online credit that can be used for anything from GSCI sponsored events, trips, or programs. Membership registration will also have special Cookie Dough only items that we'll take a look at in our boutiques. Troop volunteers can also use your Girl Scouts cookie dough for troop purchases. So if you want to get everyone a uniform or everyone a certain this or that, as long as you have a parent or guardian signature on the cookie dough permission form, your troop is able to use all of the girls' cookie dough codes. If your Girl Scouts want to shop online, they do need to request an online shopping code. What we do is we take their cookie dough code, convert it to a new code that they can use to shop on our Girl Scout website. Those requests do need to be made by September 5th so that girls can use all of their cookie dough before it expires on September 20th. Travel dough is similar to cookie dough. It is an online code that is emailed to girls. Travel dough is a cool feature for girls to have an additional opportunity for assistance with their travel experiences. So travel dough can be used for GSCI Council sponsored trips. So for example, our upcoming trip to Japan, including GSCI travel camps and Girl Scout destination trips. What's really, really cool about the travel dough is that it can be earned for a total of 5 cookie seasons and will expire during the 5th year, the same day as that cookie dough expires in September. So for girls who earn travel dough this year in 2025 cookies, their travel dough will expire in September of 2030. So just like cookie dough, girls will get their travel dough code emailed to them. Girls can receive the option to choose between travel and cookie dough at each level. They can pick and choose, and even at one level choose cookie dough and at a different level choose travel dough, so they can really mix and match. Travel dough is non-refundable. So, if a Girl Scout is not able to complete the trip she paid towards, we aren't able to refund that. However, if the council cancels a trip for whatever reason, we will refund that travel dough. Travel dough also cannot be transferred between Girl Scouts. So it does, a girl can't transfer it to her sister or to a friend. It has to be used by that Girl Scout. I did allude to this, but the free membership is kind of a bargain this year. We worked really hard as a council, knowing that, this was due in like July, and knowing that we were facing the chance of a price increase. We wanted to try to rework things and make sure we could keep the free membership at its current level of 250 packages. So a girl who sells 250 more packages will earn the free membership, just like in past cookie programs. This is an extra special prize because it is a $45 reward at that 250 plus package level. So that is a bargain for our Girl Scouts, and that is a great, easily achievable goal for our Girl Scouts to set for themselves. I cannot promise that this will stay the same in future years. We may have to adjust it to a higher level or a higher package level to offset the final $65 cost, but we will cross that bridge as we get there. So this is just a brief glimpse at what your Girl Scouts can earn through cookie participation. This and all of the other rewards are also featured in your Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide. These are the items that are cookie dough only, so girls can come into their local boutique and shop for these fun items if they have cookie dough. Girls who don't have cookie dough aren't able to buy these items, so it's kind of exclusive for our cookie dough earners. We also offer $1.50 patches. The booth sale patch and the My First Cookie sale patches are available at your local boutique for only $1.50. Resources are at your fingertips. ABC Smart Cookies has all kinds of resources on the resources tab. They offer a Flickr site, a YouTube channel. Digital Cookie also has a robust help section that has helpful resources. Our website, getyourgirlpower.org, also has all of the forms. It has tip sheets, videos, and all kinds of other helpful resources for our volunteers and our Girl Scouts for their successful sale. To take note of anyone you can reach out to if you need assistance. You can reach out to customer care. You can reach out to your local program specialist. So all of them are listed there. You can list or reach out to your local membership engagement coordinator, our website, ABC Bakers, or myself. There's my email and phone number if you need any sort of assistance. All of these contact information are also included in your Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide. I want to thank you for taking time this afternoon and attending this training. I hope you found it helpful. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our council and we're happy to help. I wish you a safe, happy, and fun 2025 cookie season. Thanks so much for your time. Have a great day.